Hey guys! Hey Baby Blue! Hey Marble Cat! Hey Big V! Hey Dick Grayson! Hey Winnie! Hey, who's this? Jamie! Hey Manies! Sorry guys, we're actually experimenting with a new location. We're going this way! This way! We are feeding on the street. I hate this, but we gotta do what we gotta do. Alright. Hopefully Hector's feeding people over there. I'm gonna start. Good boy, Big V. Jamie? Baby Blue! Hey, Big V. They're all jumpy right now. Yeah, I'd be jumpy too, guys. I know. Good cat, Jamie. Good kitty. Well, let me show you all the setup we got going here for now. So, I left my plates out. 3 here, and then 5 here. Only Jamie's eating. Because at the same time I showed up, Hector also showed up. And he also left food, which is good. Food is good. As you can see, we got Dick Grayson eating right there. Got Big V and Winston over there. Baby Blue's heading towards my food over yonder. And look, we got Pauline, we've got Tatiana, we've got Denise the Menace, we've got, I think this is Marble Cat. Yeah, Marble Cat. This is all the water we got for them right now because, like, what can you do? You know? It's such a shame. So, here's, you know, oh, kitties. You know, here's kind of where we're at. Obviously, this is no longer really a safe place for the cats to be. And that's unfortunate. But it kind of also, like, is what it is. There's not much we can do about that situation. Marble Cat. You know, like I said, you know, I know you guys were very critical of the owner of this place, Charlie, and to a degree, it's rightfully so, because, like, what can I do for the cat poop? Other than, you know, try and clean it up, which I kind of do. But, you know, we can always do better, but, and I think I can, but I'm not going to trespass into his, you know, into his property, especially when the gate's locked, just to clean poop. It wouldn't be right. But, yeah. But also, I mean, you know, and I can't say this about somebody who's basically barring me from feeding these cats, but give him some grace, because he did tolerate these cats quite graciously at that for a very long time. You know, and up until recently, I have not had a problem with him. He's been very gracious to both me and the other cat feeders, and he's right, you know, and I think he's the kind of person who doesn't say anything until he's at his wit's end, and then he just, you know, I think the aggressive closing, hey T, I think the aggressive closing of this gate was him trying to not scream at me, and then he didn't, and I appreciate that. I don't appreciate not being able to see my cats on their terms. Obviously, they're not comfortable feeding over there, but, you know, what can I do? So, you know, I can try to do the best for all parties involved. Like I said, TNR Batteries is no longer located over here, and that sucks, because Rafa was my #1, you know, ally and backup at this property. Like, Charlie was tolerant of us, but Rafa was actively, you know, he coordinated with the other cat feeders and me, so we knew what was going on. He gave them, you know, after Leslie, one of the main people and the people who did most, and the person who did most of the TNR at this colony, after she left to another state, Rafa was the guy who got her shipments of dry food for these cats, so that they were never short of dry food. You know, like I said, things are changing, and things are not changing for the best for the cats or for me necessarily. And this, by the way, is not to say that it's, you know, the end of the world, you know, but the fact of the matter is that the cats are no longer in as safe a scenario as they would have been previously. And so, yeah, I'm putting, you know, I'm once again asking for your help. If you are in the Southern California area, and we'll even, you know, extend that to Central California, Western Arizona, Southwestern Nevada, you know, heck, even if you live in Tijuana, mandarme un mensaje, maybe we can, you know, if you can keep these cats indoors. The thing with TJ and, you know, border towns is that they kind of have their own cat issues without taking on the issues of Los Angeles. But, you know, if you can help these cats in any way, they appreciate it, and so do I. You know, and also, tangentially, don't think for a second that this spells the end of this channel. Things might change. I might not be able to visit these guys as frequently as I used to, which sucks because these are my main guys. But there are other colonies in the city that I don't visit as frequently because I'm so attached to these guys. And we'll start visiting them more frequently. We'll start, and like I said, this is just my first attempt at trying to get them to navigate down the block. And to be honest with you, considering only Jamie and Baby Blue are eating with these things, it's not been successful yet. But it's also the first day where, we can't give up. Good boy, Winston. All right, guys. Winston. All right, I left there 4. Remainder over here. I'm gonna go check out some other colonies in the meantime, and hopefully they've eaten some of it. Winnie, go eat. The cats are so nervous. Not good, guys. Not good, not good, not good. All right, let's go check out. Okay, friends, here we are at Albie's colony. There goes that the fluffy gray cat, the new one. Still not sure if fixed or not, but I think I see an ear tip. Albie's over there in the distance by the rolling gate. Albie! Meow! There goes Scurry Master over there. Albie right over there. Now I don't know if y'all can see, but right over there on the left-hand side of the roll-up gate, focus, thank you, is containers, because the people here are much more accepting of the cats. But there's, you know, this is not as good a spot because there isn't this, you know, I mean, you know, it's just, it's more exposed in many ways. But, and it, you know, y'all know, especially the more involved with community cats as you are, y'all know it's very difficult to get cats to migrate. But I mean, what else choice do I have for some of the more feral ones? It's kind of where I am. Yeah, but in other news, if you are able to adopt Baby Blue or Fats or Big V or even Marble Cat or Dick Grayson or Denise the Menace or Tatiana, you know, these guys are either socialized or almost there. Help me out. Like I said, it's becoming increasingly hard. Like, look, I mean, they're street animals. I can never guarantee their safety or their continued existence, but like, you know, the probability is no longer as much in their favor as it was previously. That's the most diplomatic way I can say it without saying that they are actively in danger yet. Because I don't think that they are actively in danger at the moment, more so than any other street cat would be. But what I do think is that they need help. T! So nervous, they're barely eating. T! Meow meow! Marble Cat! Meow! This sucks, man. This sucks so hard. Baby Blue! Ow! Baby Blue! Look where we're at, guys. Little V, Marble Cat. We got Chris the Cat, Pauline, and Tatiana all congregating around one container. I know I said this before, but I'll say it again. This sucks so hard. Marble Cat.